Good day, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Executive Insights by Shipping and Freight Resource. My name is Harish Manadia. Today, I'm pleased to have with us a veteran in the logistics industry, Mr. Jeffrey Shih, who is the new CEO of Dimerco Express Group. Jeffrey, welcome to the show. Glad to have you with us. And first of all, congratulations on your new role as CEO of Dimerco. And could you give us a few points or introduction about yourself, please?
Yes, thank you. My pleasure. My name is Jeffrey Shih. I was joined Dimerco back to the 1988 in our headquarters, Taipei, Taiwan. As you know, the people from Asia, we have the hardworking and very respectful in terms of the management style. However, I have the opportunity to transfer to San Francisco after 2.5 years. So that was in the beginning of the 1991. A pivotal advice from my founder and the chairman of the company at that time, and it become the very important the advice, which you create your own value, irrespective of the role in anywhere of the Dimerco. Any place, okay. So that the piece of advice become the career mantra, and also lead me to become the personal leadership philosophy. So in the last 3 decades in the United States, actually including the 7 years, I was transferred back to the Singapore as the regional vice president, to manage the 8 different countries in Southeast Asia country, which including Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia, India, as well as Australia. So since then, I learned a lot. And so I have to refine a distinctive leadership. So today I'm ready to lead Dimerco into the next level of the company, by combining the Oriental management style versus the Western leadership, which is to drive the value to the customer, to our team, as well as the company into the next level of the company. Because we are in the logistics industry over 52 years so far.
That's a lot of experience and a lot of leadership roles. So given this extensive experience in both corporate logistics and 3PL, what are some of the major changes you have seen in logistics industry, and how has Dimerco as a company adapted to these changes?
I think one of the important is the digitalization. As we all just passed through the COVID-19, the pandemic. So during pandemic, most of people have to work from home globally. So if you don't have the advanced technology, how are you going to manage that, right? So that is a global changes. So Dimerco in the past, we have our own development system. Since 2020, we are under the Windows basis, which is under the client server. But since 2009, we already changed to 2.0 into the cloud basis, the web basis. So 2017, we upgrade to the web 3.0. And because of that, so during the pandemic, actually, we can work from anywhere, any place, as long as you have the internet access. So we don't have the disruption of the business, the day-to-day business. So actually, 2021, 2022, we hit the record high of our industry in our company in the last over 50 years record.
That's quite impressive. That's quite impressive indeed. So now, with your new role, what is your strategic vision for Dimerco, especially in terms of expansion and enhancing your current logistics services? I mean, you already have quite a wide variety. So, what are some of the new visions or strategic vision that you plan to bring in?
So Dimerco was established back to the 1971 July 15. So up to now, currently over 52 years, we have the over 150 plus offices within the 17 different countries under the global. However, as you can see, the two major economic zones, one in China, one in the United States. Because the time I spent in the United States and the extra 7 years, the management, the leadership of the Southeast Asia country. So last year, before I moved back to United States, the very important the request from our chairman of the board, I need to build additional office from 16 branches of business unit in the state up to 30 business unit. Okay, so by doing that, I have the 2x2 strategy to grow to meet that requirement. The first one, between the Canada and the United States, we will have our own organic growth. Between Mexico and the USA, we're also looking for joint venture partnership, merger acquisition, or the strategic alliance. That's how we're going to build up to the 30 business unit in the next couple of years. So then Dimerco will become the most competitive because, as you know, the trade tension between China and USA, so the top two global economic zone, I think in the next decade, you will see although they have a certain competition, but still they need to work together instead of the compete all the way in the next couple of years. So we will see Dimerco connecting Asia with the world. Currently, we have over 80% of the offices in the Asia Pacific. But again, the number one market in the United States is also very important for us to continue grow to become the most competitive international logistic and the service provider. So that's why the next level of the company we need to grow is because we have to expand the USA market.
Some lofty ambitions there, but all the best for you to achieve that. Now, sticking with strategies, how do you see this current slide in freight rates? Of course, it has gone up slightly now because of the Red Sea situation, but other than that, it has been on a downward slide. And are there any specific strategies you are considering to turn some of these market conditions into opportunities for Dimerco?
As you know, because like a war between Russia and Ukraine, and lately we see the war between Israel and Ghana, and the last couple of days you see the crisis between the Red Sea. So actually, Dimerco been positioned ourselves in the connecting Asia with the world, particularly with the professionalism and the teamwork and the flexibility. So talking about the last few days, the crisis in the Red Sea. So Dimerco, without the professionalism, we are able to provide the extra solution, which is including the sea air or cross-border trade freight from China all the way to European country to avoid those disruption because the crisis in the Red Sea. So by saying that, I think we are very positioning ourselves and the focus on the connecting Asia with just like some of the freight forwarding company or MVOCC, they are based in the United States, Japan, or European countries. So Dimerco in the long-term development, we are positioning ourselves as a connecting Asia with the world.
A very interesting strategy. That I mean, there have been many other companies who are trying it as well, but we shall see how things pan out because the situation has obviously become very unpredictable at this stage. But you spoke earlier about technology as well. So how do you see some of the technologies like real-time visibility or artificial intelligence transforming this supply chain landscape? And do you think this will help in enhancing visibility and giving better control for customers of their shipments?
Sure, of course, because like I say, the Dimerco, we have developed our own system. The current system called the Value Plus. Actually, we have the patent in the United States since 2009. So under Dimerco, the Value Plus, actually we have the three major service products, which including air freight, ocean freight, and contract logistics. But like I mentioned, due to the disruptive the innovation and the market, we also have the multimodal transportation, like a sea air, like a air, like a cross-border road freight, which is between the Asia. We also have the cross-border train freight from China into European countries. So all the system is because developed and designed by our own. So any type of the service, because this is under the web-based. So as long as the customer, the location, we have the internet access, we can provide all the visibility, including all mode of the transportation, which is under Dimerco own service platform. However, because some of the country, which we have the global agent connection, and because our system is under the web-based and developed by our own, so we can integrate into SAP or like Oracle, those are TMS, and through the EDI process or through the API process. And our backend, we also start from some of the AI technology, Internet of Things. And so internal, we have the RPA process to improve the productivity and the efficiency. So in turn, we can reduce the cost and drive in the efficiency to meet the customer requirement. So I'm very proud of our Value Plus because we are one of the few develop our own, which is most freight forwarder. They are using the ready to use of the outside of the system. But Dimerco been doing this since the early 1990. And we've been upgraded from the DOS version to Windows to the base, web-based and under the cloud basis.
Great. So we've seen a lot of container shipping lines and also some of the shippers doing their own logistics work. So in terms of that, what do you think is the future of third-party logistics service providers like yourselves, and how do you see the future there?
Actually, if you look back the last 2 years during the pandemic, steamship line, MVOCC particular, those companies, they make a lot of fortune because of disruption innovation, right? And because of the pandemic. But that's why some of the big company like a steamship line, like a Maersk, like a CMA, they try to become the integrator. So they're doing a lot of merger acquisition for the air freight, including recruit their own pilot because they have their own aircraft in a certain region. But actually, the market changes rapidly. And none of the agent or we so-called the freight forwarding company can take all the business globally. However, this logistic industry still is very important, and although it's the traditional transportation business, actually the market is still big. And you will see a lot of the merger acquisition, including some of the big freight forwarding company talk about the merger acquisition. Like I mentioned earlier, that's one part of the Dimerco strategy to grow in the United States. Okay, so this industry will never end it, but I don't foresee any similar situation like a pandemic, because that really brought a lot of the company in terms of the revenue, in terms of the productivity, because of the pandemic. So in the next couple of years, we see those we so-called the ESG energy saving program. So actually, Dimerco also aimed for that to become our sustainable growth in the next couple of years.
I'm glad you brought up the topic of sustainability because sustainability has become a big word, ESG as well. Now, in terms of sustainability and ethics, these are two big terms in today's context. So, how's Dimerco planning to balance these two terms, efficiency and growth, along with sustainability and ethical operations, because there are a lot of freight forwarders who don't follow any of these and are very orientated on monetary benefits. So how does Dimerco plan to balance this?
Yeah, like I say, the start from our system. Our system is the digitalization. So a lot of the paperwork been reduced since we have the system back to almost 15, 20 years ago. Okay, so today we are aiming for by 2030, we want to reduce the CO2 emission of the scope, which is down to 18%. And that's particularly for our own offices, because we have more than 150 plus offices globally. And of course, we want to utilize and focus the 100% renewable energy, and like most of the company and the country to focus by 2050, which is to like office electricity to reduce by using the renewable energy by 2050. And we are also the ISO 14064-1 certified, which is that's under the environmental management system. We are already certified 2 years ago. So we are continuing to drive in toward to the environmental to meet the market standard.
Also some lofty ambitions there, and again, good luck with that, because it's also a very important topic right now, and especially after COP28 in Dubai recently. Last question for you. Based on your extensive experience and career journey, what are you may have some tips for some of the aspiring CEOs or newcomers to the industry. What advice do you have for them?
I using my own background and like I say, I was from Taiwan and grow up and climb up to the current position. So again, I think the piece of the advice from my chairman is very important to me as my personal motto and the leadership of the philosophy. So create your own value, regardless of what position, where you are. I think just thinking about create your own value to the company. Okay. Second, try to work as the talent, not the manpower. So the talent means you need, besides the day-to-day job, right? You obedient the company policy. I think you need to look for your own creativity, and you need to take initiative, no matter your day-to-day job. The problem shooting, you need to take your own we so-called initiative in order to show your superior, the company or the customer, with your so-called passion on this industry. And the last but not least, always find the improvement and looking from the good to great to improve yourself. Because in today's environment, you can take a lot of the learning curve from the different resource, including the social media, including from the article or from the book. I think that's my advice to the future the leader.
Look for good to great. Very nice. I like that. And Jeffrey, thank you very much for your time today on Executive Insights by Shipping and Freight Resource. I wish you all the best in your new role, and also for Dimerco to grow from strength to strength and establish in USA. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.